everybody, welcome back to my channel Swami Vijay, and this is Swami Vijay speaking to you all. In this video I am going to show you Srisailam. It was a 2-day trip from Bangalore to Srisailam. Yaganti is located in the Kurnool district in the state of Andhra Pradesh. It is 330 kilometers away from Bangalore, and from Bangalore to Yaganti approximately takes 6 hours journey. Before entering into the main temple, we have to take bath in the Pushkarini. Pushkarini is a small pond of water in the temple premises. Water flows into this Pushkarini from the bottom of hill through the mouth of a Nandi, bull. The water is fresh and sweet as it comes from the hill. No one exactly knows how the water reaches the pond all year round. This is the main temple. Here you can see the Yaganti Basavanna or Yaganti Nandi. The devotees believe that the Nandi idol in front of the temple is continuously increasing its size. Now let me show you different caves in Yaganti. The first one is Agastya cave. This is the cave where Agastya performed his penance for Shiva. One can enter the cave by climbing more than 200 steep steps. An idol to Devi is installed and many be worshipped here. Yaganti temple was constructed by King Harihara Bukkaraya of the Sangama dynasty of the Vijayanagara Empire in the 15th century. Now let us proceed to Venkateshwara cave. The damaged idol of Lord Venkateshwara is present in this cave. Compared to Agastya cave, it is easy to climb though the steps are steep. According to the story, this idol was present in this cave before the Tirumala Venkateshwara temple was constructed. But as the idol is damaged near the foot, it could not be worshipped. Sri Potuluri Veerabrahmendra Swami tells us in his Kalagyanam that this place can stand as an alternative to Tirupati. Now let me take you to another cave. The name of the cave is Veerabrahma cave or Shankara cave. This is a cave where Saint Sri Potuluri Veerabrahmendra Swami wrote some of his Kalagyanam or prophecy. The height of the cave is less and one needs to bend half over to enter it. It is also called as Shankara cave. This place is associated with several saints who perform meditation here. The great Telugu saint and astrologer Potuluri Veerabrahmam Garu meditated here for several years. The cave has a narrow entrance following by a small enclosure which houses a Shivalinga. The height of the inner cave is very low and pilgrims have to be careful entering into the cave. Shankara Guha has a well-laid steps about 100 steps from the bottom with a wonderfully built mandapa on the edge of the hill that offers panoramic view of Yaganti and Yeramala hills. This is also a stone arch welcoming the pilgrims. entered inside the Veerabrahma cave or Shankara cave. It was so dark, even we used mobile torch to walk little forward, but after going a few meters we couldn't go further because it was so dark. It was filled with lot of foul smell. It is believed that Potuluru Veerabrahma Garu used to travel from Yaganti to Banaganapalli using this cave, but we don't know whether it was really the shortcut from Yaganti to Banaganapalli or not, because nobody is allowed to travel through this cave because it is so dangerous. Now, after a short lunch break, we started towards Srisailam. After taking a short break for lunch, we headed towards Srisailam. But I was not aware about the Srisailam Ghat section. After crossing Nandyala, we met with a minor accident. I was very tired to drive the car, but I wanted to reach Srisailam anyhow by night. But the Ghat section was not very easy, and I was not aware about the difficulties of the Ghat section from Nandyala to Srisailam Ghat Road. Srisailam Ghat Road is one of very dangerous Ghat roads in Eastern Ghats. A stretch of 37 kilometers from Atmakur to Srisailam was really tough, but somehow I managed to reach Srisailam. If you are not a very experienced driver, don't risk yourself and risk your family by traveling in your own vehicle during evening or late night. As we have already reserved room in a guest house, so we went to guest house and took rest for 2 to 3 hours, then visited Srisailam temple. Next day we wanted to visit the Srisailam reservoir. There are many choices of boating packages for tourists to select at the ticket counter for ropeway. One can find all the boating options and choose accordingly.
కృష్ణానది ఎక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుందంటే మహారాష్ట్రలోని మహాబలేశ్వరం స్టార్ట్ అయింది. అక్కడ నుంచి ఆల్మట్టి, నారాయణపూర్, జోరాల, బీచ్పల్లి, సంగమేశ్వర్, నెక్స్ట్ శ్రీశైలం. ఇక్కడ గేట్లు ఓపెన్ చేస్తే నాగార్జున సాగర్ గేట్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తే పులిచింతల, విజయవాడ. ఈ కృష్ణానది బంగాళాఖాతంలో ఎక్కడ కలిసిద్దంటే కృష్ణా డిస్టిక్లోని అంశాల దీవి అన్న ప్లేస్ సముద్రంలో కలిసిద్దండి. ఇదేనండి డ్యామ్. ఈ డ్యామ్ పేరు తెలుసు కదా, శ్రీశైలం వచ్చాం కాబట్టి శ్రీశైలం డ్యామ్ లేదా శ్రీశైలం ప్రాజెక్ట్, ఈ రెండు పేర్లే మీకు ఐడియా ఉంటుంది.
While coming back, there was some problem with the ropeway. The mechanics were repairing the ropeway and all were feeling little tense because we thought that there was some problem with the ropeway. But finally, they have done some repairs to the ropeway. Thanks for watching this video, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel so that you can receive latest updates and information the moment I upload videos on YouTube. Thanks for watching this video. Bye bye. Take care.